Hi everyone, to start out this look, I'm first applying CoverGirl's Outlast foundation all over her face with a damp beauty blender, and I'm just pressing that into her skin to get the most coverage possible, and then underneath her eyes I'm just using the same foundation and I'm pressing that in to act as a concealer. Next I'm using a pressed powder and I'm just going to set her entire face with that so that it lasts longer and it reduces the shine. I've already primed her eyelids and now I'm taking a large fluffy brush and I'm putting a really warm matte brown eyeshadow into the crease, and I'm just going to blend all of that in. To help blend it even more, I'm using this Real Techniques large fluffy brush just to make sure that there's no harsh edges. Then to add even more definition into the crease, I'm taking a darker matte brown and I'm using a smaller fluffy brush to apply that, and I'm just using little motions to slowly work it into the crease. After the darker brown's applied, I'm going to take the large fluffy brush again just to make sure that it's blended. To clean up the blending, I'm taking a highlighter and I'm applying that on her eyebrow bone, and I'm just going to work it down into the brown so that the blending looks more seamless. All over the eyelid, I'm using a dark kind of antique-y gold eyeshadow, and I just mix that with some water, and I'm applying it just on the lid right up to the crease. On the outer portion of the eye, I'm going to wing it out just a tiny bit. Using the same warm brown that I used first in her crease, I'm just going to take that down onto her lower lash line with a small fluffy brush. Next, I'm using a really dark matte brown and I'm applying that on the outer corner of her lower lash line with a small angled brush. Then to get rid of the harsh line that the gold made between the brown, I'm just taking a small fluffy brush with the same matte brown that I used the first time, and I'm just going to blend that into it. And then on the lower lash line, I'm using black just to define it even more. And then to line the eyes, I'm using this Femme Couture Baked Cake liner mixed with water. And her liner to me looked really light, so you can either use a black or a brown. For this step, I probably wouldn't recommend a liquid liner because to me her liner didn't look really defined, so you can just use an eyeshadow and that'll give enough definition. To brighten up the inner corners of her eyes, I'm using Phloof from MAC, which is a really shiny white highlighter kind of eyeshadow. And then to define her eyebrows, I'm using Omega from MAC on an angled brush, and I'm just using short little feathery strokes to define them. Once her eyebrows are filled in, I'm going to use Maybelline's Great Lash Clear Mascara to set them into place, and then I'm going to apply 2 coats of mascara to her top lashes and then 1 coat of mascara onto her bottom ones. I'm using 2 sets of false lashes for this look. The first one are these Ardell Whispies, and then on top of those I layered more spiky lashes. To apply the lashes, I used Revlon's Precision Lash Glue and I applied them as close to her lash line as possible. And now to finish off the face, I'm using this bronzing shadow from the NYX Contour Kit, and I just applied that into the hollows of her cheekbones and also down her chin and on her forehead. And I'm using this e.l.f. blush brush, which is perfect for this step because it's kind of angled and it's super fluffy. And now I'm just going to continue to blend that in large circular motions. Now to blend it even further, I'm using a face powder and I'm going over top of all the bronzing in large circular motions again, just so that it looks very seamless. To add glow to her face, I'm using a highlighter on the high points of her cheekbones, on the center of her nose, a tiny bit on her forehead, and then I added a generous amount onto her cupid's bow. To finish off the look, I'm taking this lip liner from NYX in Peekaboo Natural, and I'm just going to line her lips and then fill them in with this. Once her lips are all filled in, I'm taking this lipstick from MAC called Naked Paris, and I'm applying that all over her lips, and then on top of that, right into the center of her lips, I'm using a pale gold eyeshadow, and I'm just pressing that just so it gives like a highlight into the center of the lips. Then to add the glossy finish, I'm using this lip gloss from Avon in Gingerbread, and I applied a lot of it. This is the finished look. I'll put all the product information down in the description box. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and as always, thank you for watching.